Hi, I'm John Hand, and the Pulsing Cinema movie of the day is The Secret Life, Jeffrey Dahmer. A 1993 direct-to-video movie about the life of the famous serial killer cannibal Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. A very controversial film when it came out because, I think Jeffrey Dahmer got caught around 1991, and this was made as a reaction very, very, very quickly. And it was written by, and it stars Carl Crew, an actor who was in Blood Diner. He's the blonde-haired brother in Blood Diner. He bears a striking resemblance in many ways to Jeffrey Dahmer. The story is just basically a story of Jeffrey Dahmer's life from his early years and growing up. The film really starts when he's living with his grandmother, and he picks up this hitchhiker, a male hitchhiker, and he wants him to stay forever, so he kills him and then dismembers him and keeps his skull in a box, boils away the flesh from the skull. That was apparently one of Jeffrey Dahmer's things that he wanted to. He had a collection of skulls that he kept in a box or whatever. So it goes on as he gets an apartment and. The balance of the film takes place in this little apartment, or this apartment set, or this bar, where Dahmer goes and picks up his victims, and he brings them back and says, hey, I'll pay you for some photographs, and then sometimes it's like a pseudo-gay pickup thing. Sometimes it's just he's just getting desperate. He's just trying to pull desperate guys off the street, and so it's the whole thing. Pretty much Jeffrey Dahmer's life is pretty well rendered. It's a pretty accurate film. He just takes people, brings them back to his apartment, and he kills them in all these gruesome ways. Gets a bucket of acid and puts the people in them, and then the time where he tried to, because he wanted to keep someone forever, he wanted to make it like a sex zombie, so he drilled a hole in someone's head and shot acid in someone's head to try to lobotomize them. And then that person got away, and the police, on the street. Jeffrey Dahmer was really cool. He acted just like, hey, this is just my gay lover, and he's, wandered off. He's had a little too much to drink, and the police were laughing. And they actually have the dispatch audio from this, which is played many times over the years in Dahmer documentaries. And they let the kid back into this serial killer's possession, and Dahmer took him back to his apartment and killed him. So all of that, the fact that Dahmer lived in this really low-rent ghetto apartment in the projects, and it started to smell because he got into this frenzy where he was just killing people, and the bodies were stacking up in his apartment. There's nowhere to go, and everybody was in the buildings complaining, hey, what's this smell? What's this stench, And all of that is in the movie. Carl Crew is good. He really portrays the obsession of Dahmer, and it's a very simplistically made, low-budget film. There's not a lot to it. As I said, most of it takes place in this one apartment set, and there's some I think, what was it, Dahmer, Wisconsin? There's some like stock footage of like a road in Wisconsin that's shown like 5 billion times in the movie. So that's really all we see of the outside. And then there is the beginning with this field, and Dahmer driving his car down this field, picking up the fateful first victim there. Though I'm not sure in real life that was the first victim, but in the movie it is. Yeah, Carl Crew, I think, according to some interviews, I think he felt a calling to this film, to Jeffrey Dahmer, and, I think he recognized the physical resemblance he had to Dahmer, and was like, man, I can really make a movie based on this guy, and put some together. And the video was released by, Dead Alive, this distributor of, like Face of Death ripoffs, and stuff like that. Low budget horror movies, and like Violent Shit. I think Violent Shit was through them, and the Men Behind the Sun films, and I think they even released Meet the Feebles. They were an early distributor of that in the U.S. And the VHS of this was like, it looked like almost like a work print. Like it was like there were like pencil marks on the print, the video that we're seeing, and things just don't quite add up. Everything's really murky. It seemed like a really murky video transfer of a work print. So I mean, it just looked like this was the absolute bare minimum of what they could get on screen. It's probably a very cash-strapped, low budget to no budget production here. But again, like most serial killer films, it's all about that central guy, and Carl Crewe pulls it off. And the film doesn't pull any punches. Like there have been a couple other Jeffrey Dahmer films, and I think there was a Jeremy Renner Jeffrey Dahmer film, and they're all taking the high and mighty level and all of this stuff. But in this film, you get really down and dirty. I mean, if the scene, there's a scene where Dahmer dunks somebody in a vat of acid. In a container of acid. Just sticks them in there, and he just really does it. I mean, there's no mincing. Within the budget of this film, there's not a lot of special effects, but there's just enough to show the skulls and some of the stuff, and the drilling the hole and stuff. I think other films have done it better, and I mean it's no Tom Savini technical virtuoso special effects. Mainly just aftermath stuff, but I mean it's just out there. There's no trying to hide it. There's no gussing it up. It's too low budget a film for that. It's just real meat and potato, as I said. It does kind of pay off and give you the goods and show you what Dahmer really did, or what was reported in the newspapers of him doing, because I think the film was really based off of news reports pretty heavily. So there it is, The Secret Life, Jeffrey Dahmer. I think an interesting film. The VHS is really rough, but then it's been re-released on DVD. I think Dead Alive released it on DVD, and then lately it was re-released by, I think, Intervision, which may have something to do with Dead Alive. Intervision, I think they released it with a lot of special features and a commentary by Carl Crewe and everyone involved. And Carl Crewe keeps going. I think he's still involved in movies, and I think he now runs like this kind of sideshow cabaret media entertainment space in Los Angeles. And I think he was involved with Shay St. John and all of that, the weirdness of going out there. But this was a great performance. Yeah, great performance as Dahmer.